Hi, welcome back to another Marky-mark video. Yes, didn't expect to do another video so soon, but wanted just to talk about a particular record which has blown me away completely. I thought it would, but I was not quite sure how it would turn out once it was reissued. I am of course talking about Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, on the OJC series from Craft, pressed at RTI and mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. So I'm a bit more composed this time compared to before for Waltz for Debbie, but this is absolutely amazing. I cannot believe how good this is. It is everything I expected and more. So I've been chasing jazz rabbit holes for 4 or 5 years, fairly new to it really, and I knew this was one of the best recorded jazz albums of all time, recorded in 1961 when Bill and his trio were at the top of their game, and the backstory with Scotty LaFaro on bass and how he died 10 or 11 days after the gig. So there's a lot of heartfelt love with this album, and so chasing down rabbit holes to get hold of a really good quality pressing of this, it was near eye impossible. Previous to COVID, there were a few sort of Mo-Fi one steps hanging about, ridiculous money. Just couldn't get hold of a decent pressing. So I've been listening to the CD non-stop pretty much. We saw Acoustic Sounds bring out the complete Riverside recordings, and you know, for a thousand British pounds, you know, this included was part of the box set, but I just couldn't afford to buy that. So to have this in my hands now and to be listening to it today, listened to it several times, and it being absolutely stonkingly brilliant. The detail, the background noises of the people having their drinks, and it is. I probably have to. I will do a top 10 Marky-mark vinyl finds, usually around Christmas time next month. I do it every year, last couple of years anyway. So I won't preempt it, but I think this is going to be in the top 5, if not the top 3. It really is stonkingly good. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, listening to it, I'm just listening out for defects and dropouts. I mean, this is as good as it gets for me. This is an amazing record, and I'm just incredibly staggered how good it is, and it's turned out really well. So Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, buy it, grab it. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's just wonderful. But since my last video, I have picked up a few more little gems. So I popped down to my local record store, Hussar Records in Exeter, and I managed to procure this, which I've seen around. This is Return to Forever, Romantic Warrior. I've seen quite a bit of this doing the rounds during my sort of jazz journey. We've of course got the wonderful Chico Freeman who produced this, and that album cover is beautiful as well. We've got Chico Freeman on raw piano, and Stanley Clarke on the bass, Lenny White on drums, and Al Di Meola on electric guitars. Real funky fusion jazz. And when I heard this, I was thinking of that new jazz duo that's doing the rounds at the moment, Dommy Beck, JD and Dommy Beck, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were influenced by this album. And I know they were influenced by McCoy Tyner's It was one of his albums, The Real McCoy. But I could hear a lot of JD and Beck in this. This is a fantastic album, dead cheap. I think 14 quid it cost me. It's the back of it. Really nice listen. Real nice example of a bit of funk. Recorded in 1976, and this is the CBS. I think this is not a first pressing, but nearly a first pressing. But really worth getting this, just for the artwork on the art cover. Moving on. Thanks to my new friend Martin, jazz friend, he put me onto this Chico Freeman, Destiny's Dance, which I've got in the background. Hopefully it won't get picked up by the powers that be, but this is a real nice piece of funky, it is a little bit free jazzy, a little bit out there. But this is fantastic. This was recorded in 1981, and what I like about this is Bernie Grundman mastered it. It was peanuts. It didn't cost me much on Discogs. Really worth listening to this. It's just a perfect record. It's a really lovely record, and we've just recorded in Hollywood, October 1981, and we've got Chico Freeman, Wynton Marsalis, Bobby Hutcherson on the vibes. I love Bobby Hutcherson, and I know that Happenings is coming out on the I think it's classic series next year. So Happenings, look out for that. Listen to that, it's fantastic. Dennis Moorman, Cecil McBee, Ronnie Burridge, and Paulino da Costa. This is a great album. Really enjoying this at the moment. Carrying on with the jazz theme, picked this up yesterday. Tone Poet, sat on it for a while, wasn't quite sure. Wayne Shorter's Schizophrenia, and this is a really good example of sort of that post bebop sort of free jazz feel to it. We've got Curtis Fuller on trombone, James Spaulding alto sax and flute, Wayne Shorter on tenor sax, of course, the wonderful Herbie Hancock on piano, Ron Carter on bass, Joe Chambers on drums. I think Ron Carter's still alive, he's still going. Anyway, this is a great album, perfect as you'd expect from a Tone Poet. There's only one dropout on the first track, Tom Thumb, I think it's Tom Thumb, where you can tell it's the tape that's not quite happy. But as I say, it's a bit free, it's a little bit avant-garde-ish, I think. Not as bad as Is It All Seeing Eye? Anyway, I think this is fantastic. Tom Thumb, Go. My favourite track is Schizophrenia, which is the title track. It's a lovely, lovely album, really nice. As you'd expect. Great photography. Beautiful photography from Blue Note. Excuse me, still got this cold. Lovely picture of Wayne there. But yeah, great Tone Poet. This is pretty good, really good, top notch. And then I picked up, had to get this, I've been looking out for this for ages, and my local, excuse me, my local guy had this. It's a Gatefold 2015 edition, I think. Black Sabbath Volume 4 on BMG. Sounds absolutely amazing. I've really got into Black Sabbath recently. It's just fantastic. It's got the wonderful track Changes on it, which if you haven't heard, it's brilliant. So really, really recommend this. It's a good sounding album. He had the first pressing and this. This was a bit cheaper, and I listened to both on his setup in the shop. This came out on top in my regards. It was fantastic, sounding brilliant. Black Sabbath Volume 4. Excuse me, still got this cold. Anyway, that's it for me. The next video I'll do will be my top 10 of the year. So look forward to seeing you all, and just keep spinning. Take it easy. Cheers, bye.